Hey y'all, it is sunshine. Oh my gosh, what a busy morning. I'm trying to get this commission done. So far, so cute. It goes something like something. I don't know. It's big, but it's not as big as Batman one. So, um, yes. I've had a couple of ideas come across my head today, and I wanted to talk to you about them. If y'all remember, I have this thread. They call it friendship bracelet thread. But it's embroidery floss, but it's one strand. It doesn't divide. Embroidery floss is 6-stranded. You divide it and sew with. Anyway, it's just one strand. And I was going to do the granny squares with them, the micro crochet granny squares. Okay? Just little squares. I'm using I think it's a 2mm hook. I think is what I'm doing here. I'm not sure. Story of my days, huh? Okay, so I've got my 2-inch quilting ruler. Let me see how it measures up to that. Okay, we're right at 2 inches on these bad boys. So, but then a thought hit me because I was kind of dreading putting them all together. Because I've been inspired by the chick on Instagram that's doing the micro crochet blanket, king size blanket using these squares. And her squares are used sewing thread. I mean, she's using little stuff and making a king size blanket. And I was like, you know what? I really do not want to join these squares. But I didn't want to scrap the idea. Because I have quite a bit of thread. I mean, there's quite a bit of thread in here. I didn't want to scrap the idea. Then I had a thought. I have not seen it done. Now, I'm not saying it's not been done. I just personally have not seen it done. What if I do a corner-to-corner blanket with the thread? I bet it's been done. I haven't seen it. I'm not claiming that this is my idea at all. But I'm like, well, I haven't seen it, so let's do it. So I'm not throwing these away because I'm going to keep these, obviously. I mean, I worked hard on those. But I'm going to do a corner to corner. That way I can tell when I get close to running out of thread. And I think it's because corner to corner does eat a lot of yarn. It's a yarn eater. Trust me, I do corner to corner picture blankets. I think it's going to run out pretty quick. And with a 2mm hook, I don't know where that's going to get me. And I may regret this decision, you know, because it won't come out very big. I'm not trying to make a human-sized blanket. I'm not trying to do what somebody else is already doing. But I like to see where it goes. Does that make sense? And I think each floss bundle, whatever skein, whatever you want to call them, is 8 yards. I don't know how long that is in real terms. I know, I don't math. I leave the mathing to Miss Beth. And so yeah. Did I show y'all my hooks that the hot stuff got me? Super. They're purple with a beautiful pink case and roses on the handle. So he got them off of Etsy. I do know that, but I don't know how much or where exactly on Etsy. So yeah. So that's a back burner project, okay? That's not a project I strived to get done. The other project that I need to start to amp up is to finish Hot Stuff's quilt. I don't want him to feel like he's being put on the back burner for this stuff. My commissions requests do come first because they pay. Some of them pay, some of them don't. It just depends on what's, we trade or we barter or what the situation may be. I try to get those done first. And he understands that. So this one has to get done first. But I want to amp up the makings on his quilt because I'm going to have almost 200 blocks at 6 inches. But you know what, y'all? When you sew them together, because they're at 6.5, when you sew them together, it'd be 6-inch blocks. So if I match 2 squares with a fat 12-inch block, well, it had to be cut at 12.5. I think I should be able to make that work. And then that way I won't have to need near as many blocks. Does that make sense? And I'm sorry, I cannot think of who you are right now. But they posted about Quilt As You Go. And I don't like Quilt As You Go because you have to put that sashing in it. But I did look up the videos. But while I was searching, I found somebody that showed how to do it without the sashing. And I was like, genius. Genius. So I am going to try that with his. I just can't afford long arming. I mean, we could. But I don't want to spend $300 to $400 if we don't have to. He's not looking for award-winning perfection. He's just wanting something with love to cover up in. So it is what it is. So we're going to definitely get that done. Now, I do have another, I nailed down some stuff that I am going to talk about real quick. There is a ministry here in town that cater to the homeless. And they have put a call out for scarves. And they really would love to have washcloths. Now, I can't knit that fast. And I thought I would be able to, knock out 20, 30 cloths. I can't knit that fast. I wield a crochet hook faster than that. So I scratched the washcloths. So I'm going to commit to scarves. Now, when I do stuff like this, I try to set a goal. And for the scarves, it doesn't seem like a big number, but it's going to take some time to get it done. I'm going to try to do 50 scarves. I'm going to try and get as close to that as I can. Also, the lady that delivers my Meals on Wheels meal, she and I were visiting for just a quick second today. And she knows what I do of crochet and quilting and stuff like that. And she was talking about her ministry she does. She goes to Tanzania. Is that Africa? I think that's Africa. And there's a problem over there that a lot of the moms have preemie babies and will leave them on the side of the road, leave them wherever. And this missionary team goes in there and collects them and brings them to a center. And I said, oh my gosh, I would love to help in that. I said I could make blankets, preemie blankets or something. And she goes, that would be really awesome. And I said, is that something you need? Is that a really good need that would serve well? And she said, yes, absolutely. So I don't have a number for those. I'm just going to make them. And whatever happens, happens. She doesn't need these till September. So I'm going to try to get the 50 scarves done by September also. Thankfully it doesn't get hot. I mean, it doesn't get cold in Texas till like November, December sometimes. Anyway, so I am going to reach out to y'all. I said once I made a list and nailed down what I'm going to do this year, I was going to reach out to my previous donors or any new donors. Also, real quick, before I talk about that, this also means that I may not be able to get my fair piece done. And I'm willing to sacrifice my fair piece to get these charity stuff done. I'd rather do work, use my God-given talents to help others before I do a fair piece. There's always another year to do it. I'm not going to rush it. Because if I try to get it done and rush it, then the stitches just will look like garbage. And I just want to concentrate on getting Hot Stuff's quilt done, the scarves done, and these preemie quilts done. So this is where I need help, okay? For the stuff that I am needing, I'm going to need, for the 50 scarves, I'm going to need the 50, I'm going to say call it 50, 1 gallon Ziploc bags. I want to be able to put a scarf in each bag, to keep it dry, obviously, but Hot Stuff is we're going to go to Dollar Tree and get a pack of Kleenexes and chapstick to go with those scarves. So I need 50 1-gallon Ziploc. Okay. I also need 100% cotton fabric remnants or scraps, definitely need those. You can also send flat, not the, well, I mean, I could do fitted because I can cut the fitted out of it. Cotton sheets. Okay. Now, because these little quilts are going to Africa, I'm going to borrow Miss Janice's idea that she does. And instead of batting, I'm either going to use fleece or flannel on the back of these, and no batting. I think that's going to be the way to do it, because they don't have to be warm. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a comfort thing. States like Texas, Florida, stuff like that, we really don't use batting. It's just way too hot. Now here in Texas, where I'm at, I know I do some batting stuff, because if you're like most Texans, we keep it cold as heck up in these houses. It's too dang hot out there. Like this week, today's gonna be in the 90s. The rest of the week is gonna be in the 60s. Figure that one out. I don't know. So I am going to need yardage of fleece and or flannel. I'm gonna need that. Also, I'm gonna need sewing thread to go in my machine. I prefer the cones, but I'm not gonna be too picky, because I really would like for them to be cotton cones, threads for your sewing machine. I don't know if that's the correct thing to do. Miss Janice, would you please comment and let me know, is there a better solution to that? Because Miss Janice does quilting. She does Quilts of Valor, and I look towards her as a mentor, and because she's got amazing ideas. She just knows what she's doing, and I want to get these right. I'm not looking for perfection by any means, but I want to make sure that they're durable, that they'll withstand the washing and all that going on. So I prefer the cones, because they last longer, and I can get more quilts out of them. I don't know what I'm going to do for binding, because I don't do binding. It sucks. I hate it. But I may, with them being this small as they are, I may do inside out quilts, where you just sandwich them and then turn them inside out, and boom, they're done. A really great idea came across my inbox today of YouTube. There is a lady that hates binding like I do, and you know what she does? She uses her serger around the whole dang thing. I thought that is brilliant. That is brilliant. I don't know how to run a serger. I don't want a serger. I'm not asking for a serger. I don't want one. No. Because the library has a creative station, They have sewing machines, they have sergers, they have Cricut machines, they have heat presses, they have everything you can rent or use up there. All you have to do is provide the thread and stuff. So I'm kind of want to take one up there and just see how it would work. Because the one she showed in the video, she surged just to show how long it would last. And she said she had washed it at least once a week for a whole year. And y'all, that quilt has not come undone. It has not come undone at all. And I thought, you know what? If that really works like that, and I think it does. I mean, she showed every step. How much time I could save from squaring up the quilt, how much time I could just go in there, serge around the edges, boom, bang, done. Right? Right. Oh my gosh. That's genius. Freaking genius. But if I do the inside out method, I won't need to do that. And what I'm saying inside out method is put a fleece, right side, top, right side, sew all the way around, leave a little hole to pull it through, and then top stitch. And then what I do is before I top stitch, I do quilt like an X or a star or something simple, just to make sure that middle doesn't puff up. And then I top stitch around it and call it a day. So anyway, that is what I mean right now. I know y'all have taken care of this before, and I really appreciate it. And I know I didn't have a list ready for this year yet, but I kind of decided I got to get going on this. So I'm going to try to get this blanket done first, get Hot Stuff's blanket done, and then go from there. So if you can make that happen, great. If you can't, great. I mean, it's fine. If you can support through prayer, comments, whatever, that is great too. You want to donate money, I have PayPal. It's all in the description box below. So, you know, whatever works for you. I need all the support, not just financial, not just monetary, financial, items, but thoughts, prayers, and whatever you believe to make this work. Because I feel like God has given me a talent and I want to use it to my fullest. So thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for bearing with me. I know these videos are long, but I have so much to say. Y'all take care. Lots of love. Bye, guys.